Hey guys, this is Saf WB777 here, and I'm going to bring you a review of WWE Summerslam 2012, which was held at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California for the fourth year running since Summerslam 2009. Summerslam has been held at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, and the main theme going into this pay-per-view was the main event between the first ever meeting between Brock Lesnar and Triple H, and the tagline for the event was "The Perfect Storm," and the theme song for this event was "Don't Give Up" by Kevin Rudolph, who would performed that song at the pay-per-view. And yeah, I think this was a really good SummerSlam. It really did have that SummerSlam feeling. Even the logo they used for the SummerSlam 2012 had that old school SummerSlam pay-per-view feeling. And yeah, I think this pay-per-view on the night delivered. The main event, Brock Lesnar and Triple H, was a really good match. And Brock Lesnar's second match since he returned that year in 2012. Obviously he had that loss against John Cena at Extreme Rules 2012, and then he would in the storyline quit WWE, but before he quit WWE, he attacked the COO Triple H. That was set up the rivalry or the feud, and he would break Triple H's arm, and then Triple H at Nowhere 2012 made an announcement at that pay-per-view that he would want to challenge Brock Lesnar to a match on SummerSlam 2012, and then Brock Lesnar agreed to that match at the 1000th episode of Raw. And yeah, pretty much the events leading up to this pay-per-view were really good. The rivalries were quite hot at the time, and yeah, I just think this pay-per-view is really good. Especially me, I really enjoyed watching this pay-per-view, and I think SummerSlam being held at the at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, is a really good idea that WWE have implemented now, and I hope they really continue holding SummerSlam at the Staples Center, because it does really give that summer feeling, summer pay-per-view, and just really good that SummerSlam is held at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. And yeah, pretty much this is a front cover. You got Brock Lesnar there, Triple H, SummerSlam logo, WWE 2012 SummerSlam. Got Big Show there, got CM Punk, and you got John Cena, who looks like a complete twat as usual. You got is rated 12, also featuring exclusive Blu-ray extras, and it was released by Silver Vision. In fact, speaking of Silver Vision, this was the last pay-per-view they ever released. So again, this is like a bit rare Blu-ray now that obviously Silver Vision don't distribute this. You can only buy this on DVD from the new distributor www.dvd.co.uk, and unfortunately you can't pick up the Blu-ray now, but Blu-ray is always a big advantage over DVDs. I'm sure pretty much everyone has a Blu-ray player now, and even a HD TV now. If you don't have both those, if you don't have a HD TV or Blu-ray player, then I don't know what you're even doing. But enough of that. That's pretty much that's the front cover there. You're going to look at the spine. You've got WWE Home Video, Triple H, SummerSlam 2012, Brock Lesnar, rated 12. It was a 1360th release Blu-ray disc, and pretty much the back there, pretty nice back there. You got Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, detail there, description, the perfect storm. Engulfs Los Angeles on the historic 25th anniversary of SummerSlam. Yeah, this was the 25th anniversary of SummerSlam, so that was another like a headline going into the event. Yeah, historic 25th anniversary of SummerSlam. The Wrecking Ball force of Brock Lesnar meets the blind rage of vengeful Triple H as two larger-than-life gladiators collide for the first time ever. Got Sheamus vs Alberto Del Rio. After being injured at the hands of Alberto Del Rio, a determined Sheamus puts his World Heavyweight Championship on the line against the ruthless Man of Destiny. The Blu-ray exclusives there. Blu-ray exclusive, you got Monday Night Raw highlights from 13th of August 2012. You got CM Punk versus Big Show. You got Parker Spit with Chris Jericho. You got that great triple threat match between The Miz, Chris Jericho, and Dolph Ziggler, which is really nice to have on this release. Because I remember watching Raw live back, and it was a really good match. You got Big Show versus you got Big Show and Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk and John Cena. Triple H and Brock Lesnar contract signing, and Shawn Michaels shows his support for Triple H. That's when Brock Lesnar broke Shawn Michaels' arm in the parking lot. You got CM Punk versus John Cena versus Big Show. CM Punk seeks his validation for his status atop WWE triple threat defense against a long-time rival John Cena and Big Show. So yeah, that's pretty much that back there. And it's going to look at it quickly inside as well. Got the Staples Center or the entrance set up there as a picture, and pretty much that's the disc there. If I flip over the disc, actually I might as well take it out and be right. And then you just got the chapter insert listening, which is a nice little feature. And yeah, that's the disc there. Really nice looking disc. I love the artwork and the style they use for this Summerslam. And yeah, the first match on this card was this pay-per-view was Chris Jericho versus Dolph Ziggler in a singles match, which ran for roughly around 15 minutes, and I believe Chris Jericho would pick up the win with the Walls of Jericho, Dolph Ziggler tapping out, I believe, and then the next night on Raw, Chris Jericho will leave after he was lost a match in a whoever loser leaves 5 match against Dolph Ziggler in a rematch from this pay-per-view. So that pretty much it was a great way to kick off the pay-per-view, and arguably the best match of the night in my opinion as well. And I'm going to say a lot of fans who watch this pay-per-view will have this in their collection, would agree with me there as well. The second match you had was Kane versus Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan picking up the win with a roll-up, and then Kane chasing him all the way to the backstage, and then he's trying to look for Daniel Bryan, which was a fairly decent match. It went for about 8 minutes, and I think it was mainly just to set up their anger management classes for the whole throughout the year, and then obviously they form as a tag team after this pay-per-view. Then you had a Brock Lesnar promo, which can't remember what you said. It was just Paul Heyman talking about how Brock Lesnar would literally beat the hell out of Triple H, and he would end his career, and all that crap. Third match on the show was I'm trying to remember what the third match was on the show. Shit, trying to remember. Trying to remember what the third match on the show was. I think it was Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight. No, sorry, it was the Miz versus Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Obviously, with the Miz returning on Money in the Bank 2012, and then winning the World Intercontinental title from Christian on the 1/5 episode of Raw. So Rey Mysterio would become the new challenger. He barely did anything, to be honest, to become the new #1 contender, and then he would have faced the Miz for the Intercontinental Championship, which was a fairly decent match. It went on for about between 10 to 12 minutes, and the Miz picking up the win, retaining his Intercontinental Championship. The fourth match on the show was Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. This was only for about 10 minutes, and was nothing too special. I personally think that Money in the Bank 2012 match for the world title was much better than this one, and this was just to continue the rivalry. And after Sheamus picked up the win when Alberto Del Rio's foot was on the rope, and the referee didn't see that, so it was kind of just to set up the match at the next pay-per-view at Night Champions 2012. That would end the rivalry. The fifth match on the show we had was the Primetime Players versus Kofi Kingston and R-Truth for the World Tag Team Championship. Primetime Players, obviously the #1 contenders coming into this pay-per-view, and R-Truth and Kofi Kingston would pick up the win, retaining their tag team titles in a fairly decent match. It was good to see the tag team titles on the show, but the match should have gone on a bit more longer. But I read that they had to cut down the pay-per-view because we were running over time, so they had to cut down some of the times for the matches, and because obviously the main event, they wanted to be a long main event and all that, but they had to cut down the pay-per-view, and time and all that crap. The sixth match on the show was the Triple Threat WWE Championship match, CM Punk WWE Champion versus Big Show and John Cena. And the ending to this one was when I believe CM Punk had the Anaconda voice, and I can't really remember, but it was a controversial ending, and then I think the AJ had to restart the match, and then CM Punk would win in the end and retain his WWE Championship, which is a fairly good triple threat match. I really enjoyed it, and it's a really good match, which was well done from WWE's part. And the main event, before the main event, Kevin Rudolph will perform his song "Never Give Up," the theme for this pay-per-view, which was pretty much unnecessary. You should have given more time to the match instead of putting a concert on the show, which is not really needed on a WWE show. And the main event for this one was Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. This is really, really good match, very tough, brawl type of match. In the early stages, Brock Lesnar looked like he hurt his stomach when he got rammed into the announce table, and he caught the edge of the announce table, which looked really painful. And I'll give props to Brock Lesnar for trying to not concentrate on that pain which he would have been going through, and all that. And the ending came when Brock Lesnar applied the Kimura lock, and Triple H would tap out, and Brock Lesnar would pick up the win, his first win since his return as well. So it's a really good main event. Really enjoyed the main event, good match. And yeah, that was pretty much the pay-per-view. The ending was when Triple H, the ending when the pay-per-view finished, the crowd were chanting to Triple H, "You tapped out," and it looked like Triple H would retire from WWE, and he would retire until he came back when he would wrestle Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 29 in this SummerSlam 2012 rematch. So yeah, that was pretty much the end of the pay-per-view. I'll probably give this pay-per-view a 8.5 out of 10. Really good pay-per-view, a good SummerSlam as well, and yeah, I would recommend picking this up if you haven't picked this up already. And yeah, that's pretty much been my review for SummerSlam 2012 on Blu-ray. I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, I'll see you again. And remember, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, peace out.